guys, Carmen here. I am your online myofunctional educator extraordinaire, and I'm super happy that you're watching this episode of the Myo Minute. In this episode, I am going to be talking about how to start that important, but albeit sometimes stressful and awkward, conversation about airway intervention with your orthodontist, perhaps your doctor. So if I'm new to you, you might not have heard this, but if I'm not, you've heard me say it a lot. When it comes to your child, the very first area of concern is air. There are severe consequences if your child doesn't get the air that they need. Some of this parents are oblivious to. They just don't understand it. So number one, what is meant by airway intervention? Well, I'm talking about when a child who has been identified as having risk factors for an airway crisis. So this can be things like a recessed jaw, obvious craniofacial development anomalies, dental crowding, snoring, sleep-disordered breathing. Maybe it's mouth breathing. Maybe your child is having behavior issues or wetting the bed or grinding. Those are just a few examples. So when I talk about airway intervention, I mean taking steps to ensure that your child has proper airway space, has proper craniofacial development. And that means that you're watching for those things that are identified to be concerning. So this is going to lead you to an airway orthodontist. Now, I recently wrote a blog article about this that encourages you to become an airway advocate for your child. I will direct you where to find that blog on my website, but for now I'm going to give a quick explanation that an airway orthodontist understands that cosmetically straightening teeth is not the answer. Now, old school thinking believes that crowded teeth or malocclusion is the problem and that moving teeth is the answer, but airway orthodontists understand that when a child has a better airway, they have a better life. So these orthodontists understand that soft tissue dysfunction is the cause of malocclusion, and they're looking for the root cause. They're looking for better ways to address that rather than just straightening the teeth. Because the problem is not really about the teeth, it's about the body that's seeking equilibrium, it's seeking balance, and malocclusion is the body's solution to an imbalance. So how do you start these conversations? First, I say educating yourself about the airway and airway orthodontics will help ease that conversation, that awkwardness. Your dentist might not be one of the people who are really thinking with the new way of thinking. Your dentist might be somebody who still refers to the local orthodontist at age 12, just like he or she has been doing for 900 years and just like they were taught in dental school. So somebody, this is super important, somebody has to stand up for your child, and this needs to be you. You want your child to grow properly. And if you've got your eye out watching for critical concerns, then that is going to be necessary for the health of your child. You have to be an activist. You have to be an advocate. And you cannot be afraid to have the hard conversations or be afraid to go to somewhere else. Second, third opinions, whatever is necessary. Now, the first question that you should be asking your dentist is how he or she screens in their practice for breathing and sleeping issues. The second question should be how your dentist identifies misguided craniofacial growth, and is he or she able to refer you to someone who will address the root cause, not just fix the teeth. And then the third, I want you asking them if they do retractive orthodontics. That's an important question. Retractive orthodontics pulls the face back, which obviously compromises the airway. Now, another question I want you to ask is, do you extract teeth to fix crowding problems? If you pull teeth out of a small mouth, you're going to make a smaller mouth. That's just a fact. And probably the most important question is, I want you to ask these doctors, do you understand the concept behind airway-focused orthodontists, and do you believe in that philosophy? If they tell you no, my friend, you have to run out of the building like it's on fire. Because if you ask them if they understand the philosophy and if they believe in it, and if they say no, That's not your person. They don't understand it. Okay, that gives you a great place to start. Now you might be asking, what steps should you take to get started? So my first suggestion is that your child should be completely assessed. So this is going to include the assessment of breathing, sleeping, chewing, speaking, swallowing, posture, all of those things. And a myofunctional therapist should be the person to do this because I have always said that they're the hub of the wellness wheel. Your child is going to require a comprehensive health team, and your myofunctional therapist is going to help you get all of those people on the team. So the members of this team might be somebody like, obviously a myofunctional therapist, a sleep specialist. It can be an ENT, a chiropractor, craniosacral therapist, a nutritionist, behavior specialist. It can be an allergist, medical support and primary care, all sorts of different options. I'm not sure if I said ENT, but that needs to be on there, as well as an airway orthodontist. So once your child has an assessment, a comprehensive plan can be created. So at that point, then you'll know what your child needs and what direction that you should go, okay? So I've given you a lot of information. Let me know if you have questions. You can find me on most social media. Remember, I am here to serve you and guide you. And also make sure that you check out that blog titled Airway Orthodontics, Become an Advocate for Your Child, okay? Tons of goodies in there. Happy learning, and I'm going to see you in the next episode of the Myo Minute.